fans are stupid. Like,
before we get into this, yes, I am well aware of the fact that Anthony Smith would beat me in a fight. This is Anthony Smith, the man on the floor. He's a 36-year-old MMA fighter in the UFC with a beautiful record of 38 wins and 20 losses. He's also 13-9 within the UFC. Now, to start, the legend of Anthony Smith, modern day 2020s GOAT candidate fighter Anthony Smith. I just want to talk about the wins that he's had this decade, okay? Because every single one of these wins has a it's kind of gifted towards him, you know, not him being good, his opponent being stupid. Let me just go through it real quick. With Anthony Smith's legendary 3-fight win streak, which spanned from late 2020 to late 2021, okay? This win streak was legendary with pure domination from Anthony Smith, okay? First of all, you had Devin Clark, who literally jumped into a triangle choke by Anthony Smith. Jumped into it. It was there. Like, he just gave it. Next up, we have Jimmy Crute, the guy with possibly the worst stand-up in the light heavyweight division. A guy whose leg fucking exploded within itself, right? Exploded within itself. And Anthony Smith still couldn't fucking finish him, and the doctor had to call that shit off. And then we move on to Ryan Spann, the guy with the lowest IQ pound for pound in the UFC, who once again just gave Anthony Smith a choke. Just gave him, okay? All three of these wins were just given to him. He didn't do anything, okay? This wasn't Anthony Smith's skill. This was his opponents being dumb or their leg combusting within itself. His other two wins that he's got this decade, his next win, right? So he didn't get a win for about 2 years between his first Ryan Spann win and his second Ryan Spann win, and he won due to split decision. This was a shit fight, and like we explained, Ryan Spann is #1 pound for pound, the worst fight IQ in the UFC. Then we have Anthony Smith's legendary win he got this year against Victor Petrino. Once again, Victor Petrino shoots for a takedown, right? Ill-advised, stupid takedown attempt. Gets put to a guillotine and tapped by a guillotine in the big 2024. Those are all of Anthony Smith's wins this decade. Devin Clark unranked, Jimmy Crute unranked, both gifted either way. Ryan Spann barely in the top 15. Victor Petrino not in the top 15. And Anthony Smith is still a top 10 light heavyweight contender. Let's go on to my man's losses, okay? So, Smith started the decade by getting fucking... I was about to say a word that would have got me in a lot of trouble. Getting graped by Glover Teixeira, okay? May 13, 2020. He got finished in the 5th round. This fight had so much controversy at the time. So much, because his corner should have stopped it. It was so bad. Like, he actually just got beat up. He got beat up so bad in this fight. He got like 10-8 in 2 rounds. And his next fight wasn't much better. He literally broke his leg, right? His leg got broke due to a leg kick by Rakic. And Rakic has the best, second best leg kicks in the light heavyweight division behind Alex Pereira. And then Smith just got beat up on the ground for the next 2 rounds. Like, just beat up. Like, in a fetal position. It was fucked up, man. And then his next loss of the decade would be where he got TKO'd by Magomed Ankalaev. Now, so far, these aren't like really like bad guys to lose to, you know what I mean? all tough guys, but his next fight, Johnny Walker would attack his family. So Smith had all the motivation going into the fight, and he still lost. He got outpointed by Johnny Walker, you know, that guy who like never outpoints anyone, he just does like freaky shit and hopes for the best. Yeah, that guy. And he got beat up by Khalil Roundtree before getting TKO'd and finished. And then this was the bad one, man. Anthony Smith was outstruck by Roman Dolidze. I used to have the opinion that Roman Dolidze was the worst ranked fighter in the UFC. That has changed to Anthony Smith. Anyway, man, this was just a quick video. I'm having a bit of fun, you know, but I'm poking fun at Anthony Smith because it's funny. But you know, in a bit, man.